Thanks for checking out the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to see me play your deck, hang out with me in the amazing BoshNRoll community in Discord, access to my lists and sideboard guides before tournaments, book an individual coaching session, or just generally want to support what's going on here, check out the Patreon and YouTube membership options. For the finest Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, use code BoshNRoll for 10% off your order at coalesceapparel.shop. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. If you want to play what I'm playing, use my affiliate link to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com and play any deck anytime on Magic Online with a cardhoarder.com loan account. Thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today I'm playing Legacy at the request of subscribers Steven and Ryan. And I'm playing a deck of their design that they call Magic Fingers. The deck is called that because it's full of wizards, that's the magic, and the art of Paradigm Shift is mostly just fingers. Magic Fingers is the official name of this deck from its creators. Steven and Ryan put up a 5-0 a couple weeks ago, and they were pretty excited about the brew, so they sent it in to me to play it as well. And I'm excited to get to do this. Generally, I just think this deck is sweet, but specifically, last week on the channel, I played a Blue Stompy Initiative Paradigm Shift combo deck, and my main criticism at the end of the league was that the initiative stuff, while it did provide a secondary level of gameplay, it also distracted from the combo. And I had to mulligan a bunch of hands where I had an initiative creature and a paradigm shift, where if that initiative creature was just a way to find Thassa's Oracle, I would have kept. And this deck has gone completely in the opposite direction. This build of Oracle Shift combo doesn't even play Mind Lash. It's not trying to do that. It's all in on the fingers. It's playing 4 copies of Spellseeker, which is a wizard, and that can get Paradigm Shift. It can also get Muddle the Mixture, which can transmute for Thassa's Oracle. Step Through can get Thassa's Oracle directly, or it can get Spellseeker, which indirectly gets Paradigm Shift. Basically, every card in this deck is pointed directly at Paradigm Shift or Thassa's Oracle and putting them in your hand and then resolving them. 4 Force of Will, 4 Pact of Negation, and 2 Subtlety. It's a lot of free interaction. Chrome Mox and Aether Vial, that's a lot of mana ramp. This deck really has one job, and it's to resolve Paradigm Shift and then resolve Thassa's Oracle. Even Curse Catcher, which is a wizard, slides in off Aether Vial, slides in off Cavern of Souls. That's another onboard piece of interaction, just an onboard daze your opponent has to navigate while they navigate Force and Pact of Negation. Hyper dedicated to the cause here. The one thing I'm medium suspicious about is this fun of Riptide Laboratory. There's no way to search for this, and I feel like if a game has gotten to the point where you're blinking your wizards or picking them up and redeploying them, that game might be out of control, though that's on 0 reps with the deck. Maybe you get Aether Vial up to 3 and you Spell Seek, and maybe in grindy games, picking up Spellseeker or vialing it back in is a 2 or 3 turn route back to another set of the combo. I don't know, maybe it's good enough. Let's see if this punishes me for not being a blue source during the league. We'll keep an eye on that one. Every other card makes sense. Sideboard is all legacy cards you'd expect in a sideboard. Chalice of the Void in the sideboard rather than the main of this build. That makes sense. You're an Aether Vial deck and a Curse Catcher deck. Chalice steps on that a little bit. It's not totally free like in other builds of Blue Stompy. Dismember, Fairy Macabre, Hurkyl's Recall, Hydroblast, Flusterstorm all make sense. Is it Staticaster? Castable only off Cavern of Souls, and you can put it in on Aether Vial, but probably worth it. The powerful effect for what you get. And that's the deck. I don't have much more to say about this. This is Magic Fingers. Let's go do it. I'm on the play in round 1. I have a Step Through and a Paradigm Shift. I'm going to keep this. This curve, so if I cycle Step Through on turn 2, Paradigm Shift on turn 3, I can protect my Oracle with Muddle the Mixture as just a regular old counterspell. That's interesting. Maybe not. Okay, I'm going to lose one of these cards here. But they're all the card I want or tutors for the cards I want, which is what the deck is for. They took the shift, okay. Oh, it's Death Shadow. Okay, taking the shift makes sense. If they were a combo deck with Thoughtseize, they would have taken Muddle, because it has just actual text against them. But now I can execute almost the same plan. It's a turn later. Rather than shifting on turn 3. I have to muddle on turn 3. I am gonna go get my Oracle here. There's Oracle. First Catcher, what's up? Transmute the muddle that they know about. They don't know about the other one. Grab a Paradigm Shift. And the combo is just right back together here. I have another muddle if they have another discard spell. They haven't played a creature. They could have played Death Shadow and they didn't. Gotta imagine their hand is full of spells. The graveyard's getting kind of hefty though. Even if Shift resolved, it doesn't guarantee a win right away. From Mox, interesting. That gets me ahead of Daze. But I think I'd rather put Curse Catcher into play. And I can shift next turn. Hold up muddle this turn. Because if they have Force of Will, they get through me here. A lot of lands for a Death Shadow deck. Mildly concerning. Another muddle. Okay. I can Chrome Mox pitching muddle. And then use muddle to protect Paradigm Shift. Exile a muddle. And cast Shift. Even if they... Oh, no, I'm trying to think. If they discard my Oracle, there will be a Paradigm Shift in my deck that I can draw at some point. I'm going to muddle this Force of Will. Force pitched Murktide that they could have played and didn't. Force is countered. And Shift has resolved. They zapped in a Watery Grave for combat. I'll attack for 1. Build Sneaky Beatdown. Backup plan. Murktide Regent. Okay. The race is on. And a Wasteland, not helpful. My devotion is 3, but if they kill Oracle, it's a lot less. Oh, okay. Now I'm good to go, actually. I can... So if I think they have a counterspell, then I should Oracle first. If I think they have a removal spell, I should Shift first. I do think they have a removal spell, not a counterspell. Backup Shift. And the last card in my deck is still Paradigm Shift. So if they counter this, I get another draw and can flip my deck again. Okay, that was relentless. Awesome. Beat a Thoughtseize and a Force of Will and still just cranked out the combo. Good stuff. Flusterstorm looks good against this deck. Chalice shuts down a lot of what Death Shadow tries to do. I don't generally love Aether Vial in grindy matchups where you need all your top decks to be good. Aether Vial is better in matchups where you can invest in success over long periods of time. If I'm getting like Thoughtseize Him to Turok Death Shadowed and draw Aether Vial on turn 4 when I need just like something that can interact, I'm gonna have a bad time. Subtlety is good. Oh, this deck doesn't have Planeswalkers. What does Subtlety do? It like slows down to Death Shadow, gives me a backup side plan. Maybe Subtlety's not good. Everything else just makes the combo happen. And when I'm bringing in Chalice, I kind of don't want to step on my vials either. Okay, let's do it this way. Okay, I've got a turn 2 Chalice, even if they discard spell me. I've got Oracle and effectively a Paradigm Shift. Or no, this isn't Muddle, it's Step Through. I don't have a Paradigm Shift. I'll have to go through Spellseeker to make that happen. Okay, Shockland, Street Wraith, go is their play. That's great. That lets me untap with Flusterstorm. Oh. I'm going to sit on this Chrome Mox, and I could play around Daze or protect my Chalice. That doesn't make any sense. I could just ram Chalice onto this deck, make them deal with it, and then do it again next turn. Okay. No, Chalice is coming in. And I think I pitch the Flusterstorm, and I can protect the second Chalice next turn with Flusterstorm. Step Through gets me the Spellseeker, which gets me the Paradigm Shift. Yeah, I'm going to pitch the Fluster. A card that is also weakened with Chalice of the Void in play. Emergency Brainstorm in response. Okay, they mulled to 6, fired off an Awkward Brainstorm, and Force of Willed. Hopefully their hand is just goop right now, but we'll see what the follow-up is. If they have Him to Turok, I could be in some trouble. Or just 2 Death Shadows, that would do it too. 1 Death Shadow. Another Chrome Mox, that kind of sucks. I'm going to play Otawara, and I'm going to drop the other Chalice. And then I can take some damage from Death Shadow, cycle Step Through for Spellseeker, then Spellseek for Paradigm Shift, chump Death Shadow. then get myself in business here. Curse Catcher, great. With no Chalice to be found. And I could pitch Curse Catcher to Chrome Mox. That's easy money, actually. But also, at some point in this matchup, cast Step Through. Just return 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. It's not nothing with Chalice in play. Petty Theft my Chalice. Okay, that's in my hand now. That lets me deploy Curse Catcher, maybe. If I'm not just discarded and dead before then. Shadow's about to become 5/5 though. We're under real pressure now. Surgicaling my Chalice. Yeah, good call. Okay, that's gone. I'm glad they didn't surgical Oracle. Don't really have a backup plan for that. Left the one in the graveyard. That may or may not be intentional, but it's smart either way. I lost my Step Through to a Hymn to Turok. Opponent's hellbent over there. If I can rip shift right now, we can do this thing. A land. I'll play my land, play my Curse Catcher, and pass the turn. Shift off the top wins the game. Unless they have Snuff Out, then I lose. I'm not going to block. If they have Snuff Out, they got me. But I need this Curse Catcher's devotion to win with Paradigm Shift. Draw for turn. Shift. Shift. Uh-oh. Okay. Now I don't know that I have an out. I could play the Oracle and look at my top 3 cards, but then the half of my combo I need isn't there anymore. I'm going to have to jump with Curse Catcher. Shift would be for 4 cards. Yeah, this one's over. Okay. I have to hand on the Strength of Chalice and it didn't get there. I believe I have in all the things I'd want in. I guess, like, Subtlety, to keep the pressure off at any cost, is a thing that I could do. Dismember is not irrelevant, but Shadow can be larger than 5/5 on arrival. I don't think I want to just focus on my combo. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Oof. I would keep this with 2 lands, but that's not what I have. I'm going to mulligan. Okay, I have 2 lands this time. Unfortunately, they're both non-basic, and here's this Riptide Lab. I had my eye on that one, and it's not looking good. I think I have to bottom Flusterstorm. I just don't see myself having time to do that. Or I could send Muddle. That's a tutor, though. Flusterstorm has the level of efficiency I might need against this deck. Okay, I'm going to bottom Muddle. I'm going to lead on Curse Catcher, who can counter a discard spell, same as Flusterstorm. It's not a wasteland. They're passing the turn. Okay, Chalice, make it happen. Chalice resolved. I've got Curse Catcher. I am going to be attacking here. I know their life total is relevant to them, but me with Chalice in play, and I can first catch. Oh, okay. Well, we're on the beatdown strat, I guess. Yikes. That was a good one. Gonna have to catch some curses here. Great. Subtleties are in the sideboard. Curse Catcher only counters instants and sorceries, for the record. Every time I don't Flusterstorm a Planeswalker or Flusterstorm an artifact, people are like, what are you doing? Flusterstorm and Curse Catcher both only target specifically instants and sorceries. They're not Spell Pierce. I wish. Okay. Opponent is, looks like passing the turn. Oh, they do have Water Grave. Taking damage on it. We both have busted artifacts that make the other's deck non-functional. We'll see who can function poorly better. There's a Muddle I can't cast or transmute. Thanks, Riptide Lab. If they just jam Brazen Borrower here in 3/1 mode, I don't think this game is winnable. That didn't happen. They were clearly thinking about something on their turn. Ratchet Bomb, another card I can't counter. Cool. Hey. And by A, I mean I can cast a 3-mana 1/1 with no abilities. I'll continue attacking because there's no other plan. There's one Otawara in my deck. I can remove this Torpor Orb. Spellseeker's on the stack. Ratchet Bomb that. I'm going to check the list again. Yeah, there really is not a... There's Hurkyl's Recalls in the sideboard, but I didn't bring them in for this matchup. Don't know if I'm supposed to expect Torpor Orb. Maybe the experts of Magic Fingers do know that stuff. I didn't. Ratchet Bomb kills the Chalice in my end step. Now you're in trouble. My Curse Catcher's unleashed. Cracking a fetch immediately. Getting a Watery Grave down to 10. Let's see that handful of 1-drops. Death Shadow. Death Shadow. Thassa's Oracle that has no abilities. So to win this game, I would need to draw Otawara before I lose. Alright, I mean, I guess I will transmute Muddle for a shift. Just play to my outs here. I'll grab a shift and try to absorb damage with my blockers that I have. And I gotta find the other Otawara. And a land to channel it. Alright, Death Shadow number 3. Good stuff. I'll put a Spellseeker under one of these things. A Force of Will. Nice of you to join the party. Idiot. And every creature I chump block with is another card that Paradigm Shift puts back in my deck, making Oracle less good. I'm also just running out of time, practically speaking, to actually, like, even if my top card is Island and then Otawara, that A, doesn't win the game because I'll have too many creatures in the graveyard, and B, I'm just taking a ton of damage before then. I'm not going to block any of these. I'm going to respect the size of my graveyard. If they cycle Street Wraiths and cast Snuff out in response and just kill me, whatever you did it. We're already behind this game. We got to take some risks. I'm at 8. Cavern on Wizard. That's land number 4. Does that do anything? I can cast Curse Catcher. I can block all 3 of these and bounce a Curse Catcher with Riptide Lab before damage. And then I have another blocker for the following turn. If they've been sandbagging any kind of removal, they're gonna get me. Block, block, block. And I'll bounce a Curse Catcher. I haven't played a land or a spell in 2 turns now. That means their hand is full of reactive gas. Okay, so even if I draw the Otawara right now, which I didn't, I was dead on board and wouldn't have a chance to deploy it. Yeah, Torpor Orb, big problem for the deck. Who knew? On to the next round.
You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the new YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7-Factor Software and Magic player, Jeremy Duvall. 7-Factor's small teams of high-performing engineers build custom mobile apps, APIs, and highly scalable systems for Fortune 500 companies and ambitious startups with great ideas. If you'd like to hire 7-Factor, or maybe join their team, contact them through their website at 7factor.io. And don't forget to subscribe to 7-Factor's YouTube for every episode of Dev Better.
I'm on the play in round 2. I've got Island Aether Vial, which is cool because that just represents Merfolk all day long. I'm going to keep this. I can step through for the Oracle. Blue Source gets me Muddle for shift. Vial on the stack. Let's go. Volcanic Island. Okay. Are we Delver? What are we doing over there? The counter on Vial. This basic island was a great draw. That means I don't have to hang my Cavern out into Wasteland. I can Vial in Curse Catcher at my leisure and step through for Oracle. Fisher's Bauble. Another Bauble. Oh, this is Epic Storm. I probably should have Curse Catchered that. Let's see what they got though. Yeah, if I had Curse Catchered the Rite of Flame, it wouldn't be doing anything. Whoops. They hit 3 lands, Wishclaw Talisman. I'm thinking about if I want to muddle this last Galvanic Relay. I don't think I do. Lotus Petal and Wishclaw Talisman are the exiles. One of the stipulations of this league from the donors, Steven and Ryan, is that I have to say drawable whenever anyone draws a card from a bauble. My opponent will have 2 drawbles in my upkeep. I'm going to step through for Oracle and Vial and Curse Catcher and hope that I just draw Paradigm Shift off the top. I am honestly high levels of tilted that I didn't Curse Catch the Rite of Flame. They just wouldn't be doing anything if I had done that. Cavern on Wizard. And I can transmute Muddle and just hope I'm alive next turn. Or I can hold up the 1 counterspell that I have access to. And I think I gotta do that. They have access to 11 cards right now. Petal. In hitting 3 lands and a Lotus Petal off of Galvanic Relay is not sexy, but it might be what they needed. So Talisman. Muddle only counters instants and sorceries, just like every other card in the deck, except Force of Will. We'll have another drawable coming. Okay, they've seen the subtlety with the last baubles. You can't transmute as an instant, unfortunately. Okay, I'm just gonna go to my turn. The Vial on 2. Another subtlety. Motobug. They couldn't go off last turn, but I am holding up mana. They're untapping with Wishclaw Talisman in play and 6 cards in their hand. Alright, I'm just gonna have to transmute here. Feeling silly, I didn't do it last turn now that I didn't die. Okay. They know they're dead on board. They have to go off, and they have to do it through Curse Catcher, which I can't imagine they'll have a problem with. This is a deck with 0 creatures or planeswalkers in it. These 2 subtleties, about as horrible as they could ever be. It's go time. Pitch their ad nauseum to Chromox. Interesting. Silence. Okay. Curse Catcher can still do its thing. It didn't have a force anyway. Another Chromox. Exiling Burning Wish. Lion's Eye Diamond. They can at the very least echo this turn. Echo is not, or it is their plan. They didn't LED in response to the tutor, so we're going to echo here. Plenty of mana to pay for it. Vialing in Oracle in response doesn't do anything, because this is a shuffle. Yeah, okay. Off we go. Ripple of Force of Wills. If their Echo whiffs, I'm set up. And this game would have been so easy if I had just Vialed in Curse Catcher on turn 2 and hit the Rite of Flame. Loosey-goosey, baby. It's a Brainstorm. Brainstorm either means their hand doesn't do it and they're trying to get there, or their hand does it easily and they're just building Storm and showing off. Let's hope it's the first one. Bloodstained Mire. 3 mana left. Please just Galvanic Relay for 7 and pass. Lotus Petal. Tendrils, not quite lethal. Rite of Flame. Not time for that. Dark Ritual, Tilt. Right now Tendrils is lethal. Bauble. Tendrils was already lethal. Wishclaw Talisman. And exactly enough mana to wish for and then cast Tendrils. Oh, they had plenty of mana. That was not the problem. Oh, that Curse Catcher needed to happen on turn 1. Bitch. Alright. Chalice of the Void coming in. Flusterstorm coming in. Hydroblast is relevant against their deck. It steps on Chalice, but I think that's okay. A Subtlety out. Fuck you, Subtlety. Active Negation actually is probably awful because they don't, or I guess they could silence me mid combo. Like if I Paradigm Shift down to 0 cards in my deck and they silence me in my upkeep, I just lose. Okay, I'll bring some packs back in. And I think this is where I'm going to be. It's been a long time since I Vialed in Curse Catcher versus Storm. I was doing that in like 2008. This hand is not a keep. Chromox for mana. My opponent says, hi YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. Everyone say hi to Build or Burn. Okay, this hand has Flusterstorm and Step Through. I'm going to keep it. This isn't like thrilling, but it does interact with a fast thing and starts to set up my thing. Bloodstained Mire from the opponent. Lotus Petal. 2 Step Throughs. That's Step Through for Oracle, Step Through for Curse Catcher, or Spell Seeker. Both of those cards have like a type of spell and then a thing they do with the spell as their name. Curse Catcher, Spell Seeker. Opponent, no plays at all, no land drop. So they're holding 7 spells. Grab this Thassa's Oracle to get things started. Curse Catcher, what's up, big guy? Happy to see you. Cavernon Wizard. And drop a Curse Catcher. Curse Catcher is sick because this adds to my board, adds to my disruption, and still lets me cycle Step Through. The next turn, I can cast Spell Seeker with Flusterstorm still up. That's the plan anyway. Pyroblast. I'll counter it. Get wrecked. Want to sack your Lotus Petal? That joke never gets old. They drew a land for turn. Didn't have a land drop last turn. Suddenly have one now. Wishclaw Talisman resolves. Gonna step through again. Gonna stick to the Spellseeker plan. Otawara is probably better as a land. Better as an Otawara than it is as a land. Go seek some spells, Spellseeker. Spellseeker could seek Flusterstorm, but I don't have 2 mana to cast both of them. I'll just put my opponent on notice that I'm planning to shift in the near future. They can silence me this turn. If they do, I'm going to Fluster the silence, because even if that taps me out, if Echo of Eons is part of their plan, I could reload and find Force of Will. And every card that they put in my graveyard, whether it be a counter spell or discard spell or whatever, is a card that I have to work through Paradigm Shift. Rite of Flame. Activating Wishclaw. Dark Ritual. A sad little Nausea. Flusterstorm. Okay, now I gotta figure out if I can win this turn. I think I can for Xaxes. If I play Otawara, I can Paradigm Shift down to 4 cards, and then wish for one of them with Wishclaw, and then have exactly 3 cards. Paradigm Shift down to 4 cards in my deck. Wishclaw Talisman for the Flusterstorm, I guess, doesn't really matter. And then Oracle. And hope they don't play Snuff Out. Dang! 3 Devotion, we did it. Alright, we got a game 3. Gotta beat the Epic Storm on the draw now. I don't think my deck improves. I did exile my whole deck. If they took a look, they saw the Chalices, so they know about those. Turn 1 Chalice and Force of Will and Curse Catcher. Hook it to my veins. Scrubland. Thoughtseize, get out of here. I'm gonna force pitching Curse Catcher. I think that Chalice is better than Force of Will in the matchup, and I'm gonna proceed as such. Exiling Curse Catcher, a card that I can't play under Chalice anyway. In there, big Chalice. They can still drop all their zeros and their tutors, but the Rite of Flames, the silences, the rituals are off. I think this build plays Void Rend. That's a card that I know they've been messing around with as a community. Okay, might just get relayed here. Burning Wish. Okay, what are we wishing for? Prismatic Ending. Right. And they can deploy it right now while I don't have Flusterstorm up. Or they could wait a turn. What could go wrong? Yeah, protect that Lotus Petal. Sick. Curse Catcher that I can't cast. Hate my life. Alright. It seems like I'm doomed to draw the Curse Catcher at every single opportunity where I don't want it. Now I actually don't want to protect the Chalice. And if they just... The Chalice will counter the first Flusterstorm, and then it'll just put 1 copy on the other thing. Oh, here we go. Right on time. Everything happening in the correct order. Uncounterable Curse Catcher into my own Chalice. These magic fingers are wiggling. I have the shift, gotta find my way to Oracle. Flusterstorm, actually great. I have only 3 cards in hand, and one of them is Prismatic Ending. Now only 1 card in hand, and the Prismatic Ending. And hanging out over here on Flusterstorm is not that bad. Okay, Ending's gone. Or Chalice is gone. I can't fluster that even if I wanted to. Oracle. Otawara. I am going to play Otawara out as a land. Having 4 mana in play means that I can shift immediately if I draw an Oracle. 4 is the magic number. 5 is not the magic number. But now I can cast Force of Will. I totally have. We have seen Red Blast in their list. It's kind of annoying. This is most lands in their deck in play at this point. Okay, Muddle can go find Oracle. And then I'm cooking. I'm going to transmute for an Oracle. And I'm ready to party next turn. Red Blast is a bummer if they have that. Hopefully they'll just panic and try to combo now. A Bauble. Okay, so they'll get a Bauble Drobble here. They're looking at their own top deck. Didn't like it, taking a shuffle. Okay, Moment of Truth. If I Paradigm Shift It puts Force of Will and Muddle the Mixture into my deck. Both of those are counter spells. And I'm going to go for a shift here. It worked. There are 2 cards in my deck. Storm is 1. Cavern on Wizard. I think I'm going to attack for 1 and give them another turn. Because Red Blast shooting Oracle wins the game, even if it can't counter it. And this play loses to a discard spell. Bobble's not a discard spell. Gives so much mana, the Flusterstorm is wonky. Okay, they're bobbling me. Both of the cards in my deck are counter spells. I'd prefer Muddle, actually, over Force of Will, because then I can have double protection. Okay, there's Force of Will. And if either one of these creatures survives the turn, I can win. They'd have to kill both, so I'm just going for the Oracle. All right, cool. We did it. Yeah, they just had nothing over there. But I played around Red Blast, which I did see, and our hand gave us time to do that. GG's, on to the next round. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and every other format you'll see on this channel. They have multiple customizations so you can view your deck how you want. Text view, stacks, grid, custom grouping by type, subtype, color, light mode, dark mode. However you want to see your deck, they can provide it for you. My favorite feature is you can choose your set printing, make the deck look exactly how you want it to. The deck screen features expandable sections that show you what tokens your deck makes, your recent change history to the deck, stats about mana curve and opening hand distribution, mana cost distribution. You can deal out sample hands and even play test the deck. Island Ponder. You know I'm keeping this one. This site has everything. Follow me on Moxfield.com to keep up with decks I'm playing for the channel and what I'm up to in paper. I'll see you there. On the play for round 3 with a 1-lander. I'm going to send this one. This is even worse. This is a 0-lander. Okay, 5 cards, including Paradigm Shift, Thassa's Oracle, and Protection. We keep these. Do I think Curse Catcher or Pact of Negation will do more work this game? Probably Pact of Negation. Oh, I do need to put a card in my graveyard, though, if I'm going to turn 2 Shift, turn 3 Oracle. Yeah, this hand actually does need some help, but I'm going to send this Curse Catcher in the land and keep this. In the league I recorded last week, if you missed this one or forgot that this happened, I slammed a turn 1 Paradigm Shift, forgetting that then I would have no deck at all, and I died immediately. Oh, some sort of affinity deck. Muddle the Mixture. I hope I'm able to counter something with this, though I doubt this deck has many instants and sorceries in it. If I draw a land, I'm cooking here. Genius Smith, okay. Any land gets me going. They found the Mox Opal off the Smith and then rocked it. Esper Sentinel, sure. On land. Shit. Alright, this is getting awful. A Curse Catcher could have chump blocked and then set up the combo. Instead, I have nothing. Now, Urza Saga's online. Or Steel Paladin. Okay, we're just getting hammered. Paradise Mantle. Okay, yeah, we're just fucking dead. They put Shadow Spear and Paradise Mantle both on Esper Sentinel. Weird to put your mana equipment onto something that you also put your +1 equipment on. But you're the boss. Okay. Something relevant, please. Alright, we're dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. They're gonna go get Hammer and kill me. Just died to kind of my own fail rate here. If at any point I get to 3 mana, I'm 2 turns away from the combo. I guess knowing the matchup, if I had taken Curse Catcher, Chump Block, Shift, win. Ugh, that was ugly. Good news though. Urkel's Recall coming in. Dismember coming in. Might want Chalice, maybe not. They're not a deck with a lot of spells. The Curse Catcher and Aether Vial should leave, and then all of this stuff should come in. I could also see an argument for Static Caster. I'm going to do it like this, though. Okay, on the play, I'm going to keep. I have removal and both halves of the combo indirectly, but they're there. Ancient Den, do you have the Esper Sentinel? for the nuts. Retrofitter Foundry. Don't care about that one. Mox Opal. Okay. May still yet have Esther Sentinel, but they do not. Ooh, Chromox. Nice. I'm going to pitch a Spell Seeker to get the other one in. This lets me win next turn. Spell Seeker, go get the Magic Fingers. And opponent suddenly on notice. Stoneforge Mystic, don't care. Yeah, they would need like some sort of counterspell, Metallic Rebuke or something, which I don't think that they have, and they just tapped out of. Okay, Otawara, Shift, no deck, no problem. Thassa's Oracle, get in. Bang. Okay, 2 non-games. Let's go again here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to change my board plan. Staticaster is the only card that I would consider that's not in. Okay, this hand is super disruptive. Only half of my combo present, but I think that's okay. On the draw against Hammer, I don't mind being reactive. Ornithopter. Gold Plains, Ornithopter start. Island go. There's the Saga's a good one. Genius Smith, pretty solid. This one dodges my Herc. Show me a 1-drop off the Smith. Shit, that's a 0-drop. Are you even listening to me? Draw for turn. Force of Will, happy to see that. I'm going to Chalice on 1. Stops Esper Sentinels, Hammers, Shadow Spears, etc. Smith is kind of a problem. I can force pitching Pact. I need to do that. Then I gotta find the other half of the combo. I have the step. I'd force a Pure Steel Paladin. Probably force another Smith too. Main phasing the Saga, that makes the Smith bigger, and then they can attack for 3 instead of 2. Good sequencing. Oh, there's Oracle. Dope. Cavern on Wizard. Now I can step for the Seeker. I'm probably going to have to Herx just to stay alive this turn. But my combo is now present at least. I hope they tutor a 1-drop off this Saga. Something that'll end up locked in their hand on the back end. Pithing Needle. Oh shit. If they name Step Through, that's actually really smart. And I have the Herx, so it's all the same. But that was clever. That would have got me if I wasn't ready for it. Thought Lash. Okay, that's a good guess. My build doesn't have that card. There's no way for them to know that. Okay, I'm gonna Herc them. Lead all your cards except for the Smith. Ornithopter can come back. Opal can come back. They could also save Opal to guarantee trigger Smith next turn. Or I could just rip the Spell Seeker. Don't even have to step through. All right, play Otawara, play Spell Seeker. Okay, now I have a blocker, force backup, and my combo for next turn. And they're under Chalice. Looking good. These fingers are wiggling. And now I can pitch the step through to force. I don't need that anymore. So I force and pact backup. I'm unlikely to block here, actually. Having 1 card in my deck to play around Dismember. I don't think being at 8 versus being at 13 matters. Stoneforge Mystic doesn't matter. Aldra, this game is not going to come to that. Okay, I'm going to shift the paradigm here. And then I have Oracle with 2 counterspells backup coming in off of Cavern of Souls with an extra blue devotion around. Okay, cool. My deck hit its fail rate in game 1, but we are just a faster goldfish than the opponent, and that bore out in the sideboard games. Let's go. Keep it rolling. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. I'm on the play in round 2, and gonna try not to get myself here. This has Shift and Oracle and 2 mana and Protection, but is this actually a good hand if I can't put a card in my graveyard to shift with? I'm going to try it. This one's on 7. I don't have to bottom the Curse Catcher. I can just Curse Catcher go. Hide the Chromox, hide the Shift. If I counter a spell with Curse Catcher, that lets me shift on 2 with a card in my deck. I'm going to try it. This might be one of those nuances of playing exactly this deck where it's like, oh, I have A and B, let's roll. But it doesn't actually work. I'm going to play my Curse Catcher and pass the turn and then see what they come up with. A swamp. I hope I can catch a Dark Ritual here. Get out. Every time. Never not slamming that one. Okay, Step Through is kind of cool. That means I can Chrome Mox, pitching Pact of Negation, and then shift. And even if they discard my Oracle, I can shift it back into my deck and keep the second shift. And I don't think I'll need Pact of Negation against the Black Dark Ritual deck. Black. Him to Turok, please. Okay. They missed the shift. They did take the Oracle. So now I got to shift again. Try and Curse Catcher. So a shift and an Oracle just went back into my deck. We can go around and around in circles like this until my opponent actually presents a way to kill me. This is my favorite angle of the deck that I didn't realize was so prevalent, just multi-shifting. Liliana takes my Curse Catcher. Don't care about that. If I rip Oracle here, I win. He discarded Phyrexian Obliterator. Hell yeah. It's the other shift. I can't cast this one because that would exile my Oracle. I am just all in at this point. Each player discards. I lose the shift. Gotta hope they can't destroy a land. If they have Smallpox or Sinkhole, I lose. If they can destroy Chrome Mox, I lose. Don't care about that one. All right, 50-50 to win the game on the spot. And I can't play around Snuff Out because Liliana's there and doesn't matter. And these multi-shifting lines, just shifting, bouncing them around. Love that. Huge fan. Okay, so we're against a black Stompy deck with Phyrexian Obliterator and a number of Planeswalkers. And a bunch of discard. I want Flusterstorm versus the discard. I've expressed my concern about Aether Vial in discard matchups before. I think I want to turn the Vials into Dismembers in case they get an Obliterator in. And Flusterstorm for their discard spells, and this looks like as good as it gets. Bummer. This one is so close. This deck plays a really tight land count, only 18. This is really tempting because it's bonkers, but I am going to mulligan it. Okay. This has Step Through and Force of Will. Am I going to have room to Chrome Mox? I am going to keep this hand. And I think I send the Dismember. Yeah, Chrome Mox just asks a lot of my hand, and so does Force of Will. Leyline of the Void. That only stops the loop. It doesn't stop the combo. I have the Eye Tyrant. Okay. Unmask, targeting me. Alright. This could hurt. I'm not going to force this. Guess there's a good chance they're a Helm Leyline deck. And this Leyline isn't specifically for me, it's just a card in their deck. Took the Force of Will. Is there a follow-up? Am I going to get Regisword here? Palace on 0. That's a kicking. Sure. Alright. The Chrome Mox suddenly looking real bad. Evernon Wizard. And let's catch some curses. Best draw in my deck is Basic Island at this point. Camping Sphere. If a land is tapped for 2 or more mana, it produces none. This I don't think I care about. Not that I can interact with it, but I also don't care about it. Weird card. Basic Island, let's go. Paradigm Shift. Not what I wanted. I mean, if I find that Basic Island I asked for, it starts to get good. The Damping Sphere does make me have 5 mana instead of 4 to combo, and the Leyline, like the Leyline plus Damping Sphere is actually kind of a combo. And they only have 19 turns to figure it out versus the Curse Catcher. Another Muddle. Ugh. Okay, opponent's at 18. They found land number 3, now I'm probably dead. This unlocks all their Planeswalkers and stuff. Dark Ritual. I'm gonna catch this. If they pay for this, they're also affected by their Damping Sphere, and they can't cast a 4-drop. I just passed the turn without a spell. Phyrexian Obliterator locked in your hand. Yeah, got him. Or they got me. They might have just played that as a removal spell. Can I have the island now? All right, we're in there. Let's start playing this game. I suspect their hand is Phyrexian Obliterator. Oh, they drew the land. Chalice on 2. Okay, it's not Phyrexian Obliterator. It's much more horrible. Okay, maybe I want Urkel's Recall in for this matchup. I mean, I can't shift now. I can get Spellseeker and try to, like, I can still Oracle if I have any out to this. The Ottawaras are in the deck. I'm going to get Spellseeker and hope to draw a land and value them. Can I get a land, please? Another Chromox. I hate you so much. Okay, passing the turn. They're living off the top here. Another land that activates Hive of the Hive Tyrant next turn. I'm going to start dying in 3-point Menace chunks. Cavern of Souls on Wizard. Spellseeker. I guess with Spellseeker, putting 1 Herx in the deck is kind of free, and maybe I'll want it. Muddle, Fluster. I mean, Muddle can tutor or nothing helpful, I guess. There's already a shift in my hand. I'm already holding 2 Muddles. I'll take a Pact. Oh, right. That also costs 0. That didn't make any sense. Should have taken Muddle. Liliana, sure. Plussing Liliana. Like I don't have 1,000 cards to discard, including this Pact that I just tutored for. Spellseeker protects Spellseeker. The way of the world. Cavern. I can play Cavern on Elemental and just plan for subtlety at some point in my life. Cavern on Elemental. Drawing 3 Caverns so I can't transmute is actually a huge beating. I do have 4 mana to Ottawara now. If that comes up, I got plenty of mess to discard to Liliana. Cardcasting Grief. Okay. Have a look-see. Which of my uncastable cards would you like to take? One of the Muddles. Got it. Liliana can discard Chromox. Island. Okay, I can Muddle now for an Oracle. Just moving in the direction of top deck Ottawara. I can discard Chromox this turn, discard Flusterstorm next turn, end step Ottawara, then combo off. Nice. Shoving Dothy Voidwalker into your ley line. Discard Chromox now. Okay. I can draw Ottawara to do this. Grief did not attack. They're on full control mode. Second paradigm shift. That's a discard for Liliana. A land? Okay. Is it time to start bashing with Hive? Player discards, I'll lose a shift. Liliana can go ultimate next turn. Hive can block. Come on, Ottawara. Force of Will, not helpful. Lily can plus, Hive can block. Lily might plus 1 more time and then minus the next turn, unless they just want to kill 3 of my lands right now. Player discards, I'll lose Flusterstorm. I can hardcast Force now. Alright, deck. Ottawara. Ottawara. In the second they decide to activate Liliana for the minus mode, I'm dead. But I can tread water. My hand has exactly enough cards that Liliana will never get ahead of the Ottawara line without help from other discard spells. If they just minus and take half my lands, the game is over. Okay. They're doing it. Just want to see how they make the pile, and then I'll concede. Okay. Yeah, live outs there, kind of. I'm going to put 1 Herx in. Hopefully the game won't take that long again, but having Spellseeker to tutor is nice. 4 Pact of Negation. In those pitch to Chromox, but mostly not interested in that card. Hey, do I even want Pact at all? In Herx, yeah, I'll give myself a chance to draw it. Those chalices. Oh, Herx. Chalice on 2 counters Herx. This isn't even an out. I guess letting them get to Chalice on 2 is part of the problem. And the Chalice on 0 locked me out of mana for so long. Okay. Yeah, this still works. We'll submit my deck. Okay, this has Herx. It has Curse Catcher, Oracle. I'll keep this. They have their Leyline again. Makes things a little tougher, but in other ways, a little easier. Up until the point where I get 4 mana, it makes things harder, but once I have 4 mana, it makes things easier. We're passing the turn. I have the whole combo here. Super unfortunate about the ley line. They can't go for it. Will attack though, and now I can cast Muddle the Mixture on a Dark Ritual if they just played around First Catcher by waiting a turn. Snuff out, huh? Honor it. They should pay the 1. That would complete the joke. Okay. The thing is countered. I do have 2 counter spells for Dark Ritual and discard spells. Muddle that Mixture. Can't let Chalice on 2 become part of this game, or let them power out Obliterator or some horseshit. Force of Will. Missing the land drop so bad. Leyline is actually winning this game for them. Yeah, guess I'm passing. 2 counter spells available, just trying to hit 4 mana before I'm out of luck. Chalice is on 1s and 0, don't do anything. The Voidwalker. Do I want to race this thing? I think there's scarier things to Force of Will, like the Helm. Come on, land. Okay, there's a land. Gotta survive to 1 more land drop. One tricky thing here is if I Force of Will anything, then Force of Will is under the Voidwalker, and if they just hold it back, they can force my Paradigm Shift. Him to Turok. I'm gonna Muddle this Mixture. That puts Muddle under the Voidwalker. Ratchet Bomb, I don't care about. Okay, if I draw a land, I win. If they attack and I draw a land, I win. No, I have Force backup. If I draw a land, I win. Come on, deck. Hook it up. Hook it up. Draw a land. We're working too hard here, deck. They're charging Ratchet Bomb. That's good. That means Chrome Mox is a live draw now, which it wasn't last turn. I have an extra shift I can pitch to Force if I need to Force. They're down to 1 card in hand. God, and they have the Muddle under the Voidwalker. I guess I have to Force here, but if they know how to Voidwalk, dead. Oh my god, they didn't Muddle it. Okay, deck. We've been given this chance to live. Please deliver me the land. Land. Oh my god. What do I do with step through? I can step through for I'll wait. If they draw opposition agent this turn, they got me. But if they cast a discard spell that hits Oracle, I'd like to be able to find a replacement. I don't want to just fire off for Spellseeker. Oh, they drew something that costs mana. Second Voidwalker, okay. I go to 10, then I go to 4. I got 2 draw steps to find this land. Once again, deck, a land or even a Chrome Mox wins the game. Just an untapped mana source. I am going to step through for a Spellseeker. Or I could step through for Oracle. And then Oracle can get extra looks at a land if I miss. Yeah, Oracle's better than Spellseeker here. Or I could just draw the land. Please. Please. Oh, sweet relief. Cheese and rice. That was harder than it needed to be. Here we go. Actually, was Muddle in the Void? Or was it not in the Void? Because they have Leyline of the Void and Dothi Voidwalker. And as the owner of the affected object, maybe they didn't actually punt that. And they just actually didn't have the play available. Yeah, Leyline of the Void steps on Dothi Voidwalker. So, no, that wasn't a punt. It was just a genuine. Didn't work that way. And we did it. Okay. On to the final round. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. I'm on the play in the final round with triple shift, nothing else going on. I got a mulligan this one. Okay, shift Oracle, triple Aether Vial. I'll keep this in bottom one of the vials. I can play a vial here. Pretend I'm Merfolk, which, I mean, it's not a complete lie. And maybe we can set up a quick vial kill, which is something that has not happened in the league yet. I have been boarding out vial a lot, but it's been a combo-heavy league where I bring in my chalices a lot. Raucous Lotus. Oh, the initiative, right. I was like, what is this? It's a completely normal deck in the format. That's what it is. Okay, vial, go up. Another shift. That's actually great. That's my blue card for Chrome Mox. And they didn't Thalia this turn. Could Thalia, they could Archon. I should probably Chrome Mox. Touch the Spirit Realm would blow out a Chrome Mox. But yeah, I'm not going to Chrome Mox. If they Archon of Emeria me, I'll just play it slow. The Chrome Mox, I think, gives away too much of what I'm doing because I have to pitch shift to it. Let's hope they just Seasoned Dungeoneer and pass the turn here. Play Plume Adventurer, you got it. They have the initiative, hopefully it won't matter. Put Plains in their hand, Plains and 5 mystery cards. 0 cards in my graveyard. I don't need to worry about Solitude, taking out my Oracle. I don't play damage-based removal. Okay, Chrome Mox. Pitch the Paradigm Shift. Cast Paradigm Shift. Then Vial Oracle. Did we do it? If they can destroy my Vial on 2 here, seems they cannot. Put in Oracle. GG. Turn 3 Goldfish with Aether Vial. Good stuff. Feels good. Against the initiative, huh? Dismember is a card I want. I don't want Chalice. On the play, Chalicing 0 is like not nothing, but probably don't need Pact of Negation in this matchup. What are they gonna do? Mindbreak Trap is I guess the card they could have. I think I do want Vial. I do want Curse Catcher. Subtlety, this is the matchup it's probably specifically for. I think it's just Dismembers here. We ran into the Hercules problem last game where if my opponent does board in their Chalices and puts 1 on 2, I can't Herx anyway. I'm still on Ottawara for that. Yeah, I think this is all I'm going to do. 2 Dismembers for 2 packs and run it like this. This looks like... I mean, they're not going to have many curses to catch, but I have all the things. I'm going to keep this for sure. They also kept 7. I don't like that. Severn on Human. Are they going to Thalia me? Elite Spellbinder is a human. The land's actually really good. I'm going to play 1 Curse Catcher. Then Chrome Mox exile the other Curse Catcher. Now that they know what I'm doing, and they've had a chance to sideboard, I do want to drop the Chrome Mox. I'm not hiding anything about my deck. And they might have Thalia, they might have Archon of Emeria, they might have Elite Spellbinder. Seasoned Dungeoneer it is. If I draw Chrome Mox, I win on the spot. If I draw a land, I can win over the next 2 turns. Chrome Mox for the win. Alright, drew a land. I think I just pass, leaving up Muddle the Mixture. But I think that's going to help me. But I don't think transmuting it is helpful either. Yeah, I'm just going to pass and hope that they can't disrupt an all-in-one combo with no cards in my graveyard. Trying to think of what they could do. They could like dismember Curse Catcher in response to Paradigm Shift and then threaten Solitude on Thassa's Oracle. That would be a 2-card way to disrupt what I'm doing, but I am rolled up here. Top bottomed with the Scry. We're holding up Plains. Get to explore. Area's Call. Didn't want that one. Taking 4. Not be avoided. Even if I wanted to, which I don't. And if they mess up my Chrome Mox, that could slow me down. Touch the Spirit Realm. They're exiling their creature. I'm glad they didn't go for my Chrome Mox there. Okay, so they go into the dungeon again. Are they going to stash or try to goad my Curse Catcher? And goading my Curse Catcher, if I'm not ready to go off, does put a card in my graveyard where I don't want it. They do have a card in their hand that they kept on purpose. Okay, they are goading. Cool. I love a good goad. Let's shift the paradigm before combat. They have only Dismember as a card they can cast here. All right, no cards in my deck. An extra blue pip hanging around. Can't think of a card they could have here. And they had nothing. That's a 4-1 with Magic Fingers. Yeah, this deck is doing all the things that I wanted the blue stompy shift deck I played last week to be doing, which is just hyper focusing on executing its combo. We had a turn 3, we had a couple turn 4s. I don't like the Riptide Lab. I had my eye on that at the start of the league. Like, what has to go wrong in your life that this is a card you want in your deck? Are you reasonably winning that game anyway? Versus the number of times this doesn't cast Thassa's Oracle or doesn't transmute Muddle the Mixture. That did come up in the league. I've played 5 matches with the deck and already got mega punished because this wasn't just an island. It'd even be a third Otawara. I spent a lot of time wishing I could draw Otawara. I know it's legendary and non-basic, but it is a blue source. And as we learned, our deck is ice cold to Chalice on 2. Subtlety is 4 initiative, but I could see that being Force of Negation instead of Subtlety, or Pact of Negation. We didn't play against any blue decks, really, where you would want the 4x Pact in the main deck, so I'm going to leave those alone. Probably against Delver that has Red Blast, Force of Will, everything. It's great there. I just didn't see a matchup where they were good. But that doesn't mean they're not. Maybe put something in the Spellseeker package that can answer a Chalice on 2. Even if it's just like Chain of Vapor or Void Snare. So maybe adding the third Otawara over Riptide Lab would help solve that problem. It's not tutorable, but you just have a higher mass of that thing in the main deck. And that's all the feedback I got, really. This is a tight package. It's clearly been well considered in its construction. I don't love the Riptide Lab. I think the Pact slots and Subtlety slots could be other free counter magic or some other distribution of those. And that's the only feedback I want to give. This deck felt great. I had basically 0 reps. I played a similar deck last week, but it was not the same deck, and was able to navigate it pretty smoothly. I imagine with more reps, you'd know what you need to do in each matchup, and you'd be ready for Chalice on 2 and whatever. But yeah, this felt great. Steven and Ryan, thank you for sharing Magic Fingers with the world. Everyone else, thank you for watching. Keep those fingers wiggling. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out the Patreon, and everything else that supports the channel in the video description. And I'll see you for the next one.